Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you probably saw if you watched my last video, the MX-5 is now in the garage, which is actually great because as you can see, it's dark outside, but we can still work on the MX-5 in the dark, which is fantastic over winter since it's an absolute nightmare to have enough time to get videos filmed. But anyway, what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to start stripping everything out of the engine bay. Well, not everything because I haven't got an engine crane, but we're basically going to start removing things and yeah, just see where it takes us. To be honest, I might start sorting out some wires and like tucking things, that sort of thing. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll crack on. I'm not sure, probably best taking off the hood. What I'm going to do is, not tonight because it's dark, but probably tomorrow, is I'm going to bring it outside and we're going to take off the bumper and all that shebang, because obviously it needs to be jacked up in the air. And well, you know, you could do it in here, but as you can see, like, there's not that much space either side, that side and that side. It's doable, but yeah, I'm probably just going to bring it outside. Right then, we have a dilemma. I've just realised it's the most stupid thing ever. I've obviously got to drain the oil and all the coolant first before I start taking like the radiator, all the shebang out. So what we're going to do for the time being is we're going to start taking off what we can, but I think it'll be better if we take the bonnet off. So it'll just mean we get a bit more light, because as you can see the engine bay is a bit dark. I've got a light up there which is kind of shining into here. Shining into there as best as it can, but it's still a bit dark and gloomy. So what we'll do is we'll whip off this bonnet and we'll hopefully have a bit better lighting in the engine bay. I've got Ian impact. There you go. Ian's a big boy, mate. Cool, so as you can see, the engine bay, we've got 10 times more light now. So what I've done, I've just popped off this, because we don't need to drain the coolant really for that. I mean, it's got a little bit leaking out, but anyway, what we're going to do, right, so this is going the other way. We're going to take off this coolant overflow tank, since we can do that now. So that's just a couple of 10 mils. So, as you saw, coolant overflow tank is gone. We've got rid of all of the kind of intercooler piping, which we can get to without taking the bumper off and actually taking off the whole intercooler. We've got taken a couple of the little hoses for the windscreen wash up, all that sort of thing. So yeah, taking off pretty much what we can for this evening, I think, because we've got to basically take this out. We've got to drain the oil and the coolant before we can go ahead and start removing turbo and all of that sort of side, because obviously there's water and oil lines there, and before we remove all of this little section up there, then we can go ahead and remove the radiator, all the rest of the intercooler pipes. The bumper's coming off tomorrow, everything under there is going to be removed, and then yeah, those sides will be pretty clear. We'll be at a stage where we can start deleting things and we can start relocating things. For example, if we have a look down here, we've got the diagnostic box that's going to be relocated, probably like under the arch. There's not much space there, probably even between the actual arch and the chassis. There's a gap between there, so that should hopefully fit down there. If not, we'll bang it underneath the dashboard. And on this side, we've got this box right here with all of the like relays, all of that, fuses in there. So that's going to be relocated as well. And then yeah, both sides will be pretty clear. It will just be a matter of, you know, relocating wires where they're routed, so it looks a lot neater. Then we will hopefully be at a stage where we can start looking to pull the engine, hopefully. If not, if we haven't got the crane by then, all we do is we'll start basically sanding down and smoothing all of these areas before going in with the filler, filling all the holes, and then it should be ready for paint pretty soon. So I'm going to leave it there. We'll catch up tomorrow morning when we've got a bit of light and we can go onto the driveway and finish off this. We'll catch up in the morning, lads. Yo, what's cracking, guys? It's the next morning and we are going to crack on with pulling the engine. So, well, we're not pulling the engine today, we're just getting it ready so I can pull it most likely tomorrow. But what I'm going to do, we're going to whip off the bumper, turn signal, intakes, and after that we're going to drain the oil, drain the coolant, and then just start taking as much apart as we can. So radiator, all the oil lines, turbo, the whole shebang really. So yeah, we're going to hopefully today get it to a stage where the engine can come out. We just basically got to pull it out with the crane, which I'm going to be collecting this evening. So yeah, let's crack on and pull this bumper off.
It's mad how it literally just looks like it's not flowing out. It's like a perfect line. Yeah, we're gonna let that all oil drain out of that. Now, because we've got the oil cooler, it's obviously not all it's just gonna drain what's in the sump. So we're gonna have to drain all this as well before we take it off, which is gonna end up being quite messy, I'm guessing, but yeah, that's the life, isn't it? So we're probably best doing it in stages. So I'm doing these, letting it all leak out, then doing that bit. We're trying to make as little mess as possible. Our oil's starting to slow down, as you can see. So yeah, what we'll do is we will go ahead, wait for that to stop, and then we will start taking everything else out. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to take off these boost pipes for the intercooler, and then yeah, we'll crack on draining fluids. How weird. Oh, the winds are blowing, bloody hell. Yeah, look, it's almost like, oh, it's stopped now. It was like pulsating coming out there. Fuck knows. But yeah, there we have it. So we're just draining all of these AN lines now. We can whack off the oil cooler and all these lines, and then go ahead and do the same with the coolant. But yeah, look at all that oil, boys. Lots of oil. We've got a madness going on here, bloody hell. Got 3 of them, and we're trying to get all the oil in the same thing. It's all just dripping down slowly, which is cushy. So quick update, all the oil cooler, everything's off. Oil's drained pretty much, probably still a bit left in the system, hence why I've just been dripping for a while, but fuck it, I'll pressure wash that off the drive after. So now we're going to go ahead and pull off this hose, drain the coolant, since basically that is rounded to shit. I need a new radiator anyway, because when we go more power we need something which is going to be better for cooling, so we're going to have to upgrade that. So it don't really matter, we're just going to pull that hose off, and then all the coolant will drain out into the tub. There we go. Right then, so all the coolant's drained out, but what we're going to do now is we're going to take off this hose up here, then unbolt the radiator and whip that out of the car. Right then, so we're going to do another quick update because I'm going to go do a bit of Christmas food shopping. So as you can see, like the whole front end is pretty much torn down. All we've got to do now, we're going to collect an engine crane either tonight or tomorrow evening. But all we need to do before the engine can be pulled is we need to take off all this, or take off the exhaust that can be pulled out with the engine. We need to just take out all of the like wiring harnesses and like, you know, fuel lines, that whole shebang. Also just going to take out this as well. And then yeah, we're all good. Obviously you're going to have to unbolt. I'm probably going to pull the transmission out with it as well, so just because it's going to be easier to go back in that way, because you're not going to have to align them up in the car, because obviously when the engine's disconnected from the transmission, the engine kind of moves on the transmission, on the engine mounts, because they're soft. So yeah, we'll pull them out both together. So I'll probably just unbolt the drive shaft, I think, and then yeah, that should be good. Yo everyone, I've just got back and we're going to carry on with the MX-5. It's about 3:30 now, and if you live in England, you will know it's a nightmare because it gets dark about 4 o'clock now, maybe even a little bit earlier. But the longest day was yesterday, I believe, so the days are going to start getting longer slowly but surely. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to basically put the wheels back on, put it back down, and put it back in the garage, because I don't want to do all that when it's dark, and I can still continue working on it in the dark when it's inside the garage. But obviously we can't leave this on my drive because water will go over if it rains, and it's meant to rain tomorrow. So what I'll do, I'll whack this back in the garage, and then we'll continue working on this. It's going to have to come out another day, but when it does come out the other day, all I've got to do is unbolt like the exhaust, and I'll do that when I pull the engine, because I'm going to have to go under there to unbolt the drive shaft from the transmission. So yeah, let's go ahead and bang this into the garage. Right then everyone, I'm going to leave the video there.
done quite a fair bit today, and football's on shortly, so I'm going to go inside and watch that. But in the next episode of the engine build and all of the work underneath the bonnet, what we'll do is we'll be pulling out the engine, and then the bay will be pretty much empty, apart from a couple of little bits which we'll have to take out, but we'll probably do all of it and completely take this apart in the next episode, which will be coming very shortly. I'm just waiting for a crane, so I've got 2 offers and it'll work out which one's closer for me to get to borrow one for the weekend, and then yeah, we'll whip this out, and then we can go ahead, start basically put the engine on a stand and start work on the bay whilst we're waiting for the parts to come for the engine. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to leave the video there. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.